Hi everyone, Ivan here with Pickleball Apes. Today I want to talk about our new Harmony series. Harmony is our newest all-court paddle, and I want to walk you through what it is, how it feels, and what is the thought process behind it. It comes in three different shapes: the X, which is your standard elongated shape, the S, which is a hybrid shape, kind of best of both worlds, and the V, which is our wide-bodied version. The dimensions are similar to our Pulse series, so if you played with those, this won't feel completely different to you. But don't get me wrong, this paddle is very different. Look, power paddles are fun, I like them too. Sometimes I just want to rip the ball as hard as I can and it feels great. But over time I realized that the best games I've ever had and enjoyed weren't about who hit harder. They were about who played smarter, more consistently, and kept the ball in play. That's what Harmony is about. We wanted to make a paddle that feels easy to play with. Something that gives you fast heads at the kitchen, enough pop for quick exchanges, and the touch you need for soft dinks and resets. It's the paddle you can grab after taking a month off and still feel confident jumping into a match. That's been my personal experience. I recently took a break for 2 months and jumped into the tournament with it, and I have felt very comfortable and consistent and even got a silver medal. Some people are probably wondering, is this just replacing the Pulse? At first that's what we thought, but during testing we realized that both series have something unique to offer. So Harmony doesn't replace Pulse, it complements it. And here's what makes it different. First is the core. Pulse has a fully surrounded by foam honeycomb core, but Harmony uses a honeycomb core with foam padding inside. It gives it a slightly different feel. The paddings are made with PU family foam, which is more durable and wear resistant compared to foams like EVA. We also added the fiberglass walls, not on the surface layup, but inside the structure, for more pop and better stability. Numbers-wise, it's around 0.2 ounces lighter than Pulse on average and has 2 to 3 points lower swing weight. But interestingly, the twist weight is the same or even higher depending on the model. That means it's still really stable. So I spoke about the differences between the Harmony and the Pulse, and I wanted to do some experiments together to show you the actual differences between swing weight, twist weight, and static weight. On those two models I selected the S shape, so yeah, let's do the measurements together. I tried to select as close static weight as possible so we can see the actual differences between twist weight and swing weight. So the Pulse S is going to be 8 ounces. And the Harmony S is going to be 7.95 ounces, which is almost identical. I also kept the plastic on the handle just, to keep them as close in weight as possible. So let's start with our first measurements. And the first measurement is going to be swing weight. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is to measure the swing weight of the Pulse S. Let me put it here. I don't want it to be wobbling here. So let's do a couple measurements to be sure. So 114, 113.87 to be exact. Now I'm gonna wait and do a second measurement. $114. So the first one came at 113.75, the second one basically 114 too. So I think 2 measurements for Pulse should be good. Now let's do the same with Harmony. So I can add a new measurement and take the average of 2 as well. $110. We're gonna do a second one just to be sure. Nope. 110 as well. So yeah, the second one is in between 110 and 111, but we can clearly see that even with the same weight, we have a reduced swing weight on the Harmony, so it makes it way more maneuverable, 3 points maneuverability. Now let's switch it to the twist weight and measure the twist weight. Logically, usually you would see that with the reduction of the swing weight, the twist weight will go significantly down. But in that case, we wanted to make sure the twist weight is actually still high, to make sure even though the paddle is lightweight, it's still stable. So let's see it in real life here. I'm gonna put the measurement for twist weight. First, I'm gonna do the tear for the twist weight adapter. So I'm gonna tear 5 just in case. And now I start with the Pulse S. And just one more and I can take a look deeper at what the numbers were. At the moment it's 6.12. Just gonna do another one. Yep, 6.09. Okay, so 6.1. I think it's the fair twist weight number for this pulses, this particular pulses. Again, don't compare those numbers to any YouTube reviewers because, you know, we all have our own calibrations and they have their own databases where they calibrate the machine. We might have a different weight inside the machine. So this particular number is very subjective, but it's subjective for me, you know, to compare those models side by side. Now let's do the Harmony and check what the Harmony numbers will be. Okay, so the Harmony number, even though the weight is lower, it came out higher in twist weight than the Pulse S. So it's 6.16 for the first measurement. And now if I'm gonna do the second measurement, 6.15. So between those two models, this one is heavier in swing weight and this one is lower in twist weight. So the Harmony S came out more maneuverable, more stable and more lightweight. So this is kind of was the comparison I wanted to give for you in kind of interaction without script. So you can see how we do these experiments and how those models compare to each other. So the final numbers that I have for the Pulse S are, for the Pulse S, 6.10, 6.1 on twist weight, and for Harmony S is 6.15 on twist weight. For the swing weight, the final numbers were, I lost the numbers, but we can rewatch it later, but I think the numbers that I had was 115 for the Pulse and 112 for the Harmony. So this is a little experiment. Thank you for kind of watching this little experiment. Hopefully it kind of helps you to choose between the Pulse and the Harmony. I would say the Pulse is still more plush, more has more dwell time. The Harmony is a little bit stiffer, but it's still stable. It has great maneuverability and better pop. So let's go back to the video. So how does it feel? To me, Harmony feels quicker through the air. I notice it most when hand battling at the kitchen. I can react a little faster. It's also got a poppier response of the face. The ball just jumps off a bit quicker. The trade-off, it has slightly less dwell time than the Pulse. If you really like that cushioned, longer hold feeling, Pulse still does that better. But if you want something faster with a little extra pop and still plenty of control, Harmony hits that sweet spot. So who should get Harmony? If you like the pulse, but you want maneuverability, a paddle that's fast in your hands, gives you confidence at the net, and helps you make fewer unforced errors, this is probably going to feel great for you. If you're chasing power or you really love that longer dwell time feel, Pulse still might be your paddle. But if you want something that just feels easy, reliable, and fun to play with, Harmony is a no-brainer. So that's the Harmony series. I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you played with it already, drop a comment and tell me what you think. And if you haven't yet, give it a try. You might be surprised how easy your game can feel when you don't have to overthink every shot. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.